On the bottom is just a continuation of the picture. On the back, dog's barking. What's going on, everybody? S.L.B coming at you with another video review, and this time we're taking a look at Generation Toy GT-8A Sarge. And this is Generation Toy's take on the Protectobot Streetwise. So let's get a quick look at the packaging. Very nice artwork on the front of the packaging there. On the bottom of the packaging it just has the continuation of the artwork. On the top it just says Generation Toy. On the back of the packaging it just has warning, all that fun stuff. This side, nothing. This side, nothing. It is a slipcase. Just kind of take it out. Excuse me. And on the front of the packaging you just have Sarge's face in kind of like a schematic kind of line picture there. Generation Toy there, Generation Toy there. That is it for the packaging. Let's get him out of the packaging and see what he looks like in hand. So here is Sarge out of the packaging, and really quickly let's go over what's included in the packaging. You do get the instruction sheet here, which is that same box artwork on the front there. And I'll have to give kudos to Generation Toy. The instructions were very nicely done, very informative, very helpful. Thank you very much, Generation Toy. In the back of it just have some product shots, this, that, the other. Also included in the packaging you do get his weapon. Which has got a nice silver paint in the front here, some black plastic in the back here, some decent molding on that, a gray handle. And there's a reason why you see some stress marks at the bottom there, but I'll get into that when we get into the vehicle here. And I will also note that the front of this, I'm able to spin. I'm not going to force it to see if I can pop it off, but I will just let you know that be wary of this, because at first I'm like, oh, that's kind of loose, and then I was like, just recently, just like, hey, look, I can turn it. So that's not good, but there's that. And here is Sarge, and that's all you get included in the packaging, which is kind of one of my nitpicks about this figure, but we'll get into that when we get into the final thoughts. So let's go over the vehicle mode. And the vehicle mode is very nice. I wouldn't say this is an MP scale vehicle. He's a little taller right here in throughout the whole figure. He's a little bit taller than normal MPs, but I'll show you that when we get into comparisons. But I'm just throwing that out there right now. So let's get into the vehicle here. Very nice. The white, I don't know if my camera's doing it justice, but this white is just simply gorgeous. It's not a pearl white like Transformations Carnage, but it's a very nice bright white. I do like it. Got some clear plastic here in the front, and some nice gunmetal gray in the front there as well. Some red paint underneath it. Moving on the side, nice Tempograph, police logo here with Guardian Sarge, and that same gunmetal gray in the front bumper kind of follows it all the way around. And the wheels are very nice silver, and the wheels are rubber. It's a very stiff rubber though, I'll let you know that. On the back here you just have some red paint there, some red paint as well up here for the brake lights, some silver paint for the exhaust right here. Looks very good. And the same thing on this side, just has the police Tempograph with the badge Guardian Sarge and wheels. And on the top here you have some, I really do like the cloudy clear plastic when it comes to cars. It hides what's in it, what's inside, but it also has the illusion of a window. So I really like it when they do the clouded clear plastic, unlike the new MP Prowl that's coming out that's got blue clear plastic for the windows. So that I like. That's a bonus for me. I like that. And some clear plastic for the sirens up here. He rolls very well. And again, it's not one of those instances where you have to get the transformation just right to get to roll properly. The transformation is very nice, very intuitive, and you're going to have no problem getting him into robot mode, getting him into car mode. So I give Generation Toy kudos on that. Very nice. Very nicely done. My one other nitpick would be if they kind of continued on this paint scheme right here, just kind of keep it going all the way around, because this side looks very nice, very clean, but when you get to the back here, it kind of looks bland. You know, it's you got it down here, but nothing kind of right here. So that's just my one gripe with it. Going back to the weapon, there is storage for this in vehicle mode. You just got to take this, bring it up to about there, and if we grab Mr. Pointer Spudger here, you can see that in here is a little slot right in here. And the point is to get this part of the weapon into there, and this little nub on the weapon right here into this groove right here. And it's not the sturdiest of connections, and this is why there's some tear on the plastic on the handle here. I don't know how well you can see that, but if you get in there just right, kind of push it in, and then push it forward a little bit, it's in there, but it's not the sturdiest of connections. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe it's because, you know, the plastic's shredding off the handle here, but you can get it in there. And it does hold in there and kind of gives it an illusion of a third exhaust pipe. But let's take that off for now. That's the only storage for the weapon in vehicle mode. So moving right along, for comparison, let's just bring in Transform Missions Carnage right here just to show you the difference in the color, the white I was talking about. Where this is kind of like a pearl white, kind of has a little shine to it. This is just a vibrant, bright white. So, but there's that. And so Transformations did an MP scale Stunicons, and Generation Toy, same company. I don't know if they're going with an MP scale with these, because if you see, like I said, Sarge is taller in the cab section. But I guess there's one way to figure that out. Be right back. Alright, so we'll get to the measuring stick for MP in a second here, but I just wanted to show you that for comparison. And for another comparison, here he is with MP Lambor. Just give you an idea what they look like together. He looks pretty good. He's a little longer than MP Lambor there. I don't know what you can see. Let's do it like this. But, yeah. Look pretty decent together. I wouldn't say it's a complete MP scale, but we'll get to that in a second. And for one final comparison, here he is with Combiner Wars, Streetwise. And I do like the paint scheme on this far better than I do like this. I don't like the blue, everything. I like how they kind of kept it this way. Very plain, very simple, very elegant. So there's that. And the measuring stick for all MP. Let's see how it looks next to there. Yep, not MP scale. That is way too tall of a vehicle to be MP scale, in my opinion. If we're going by, like, this is the measuring stick for MP vehicles, he would be, no, this cap section is way too big. So that is my opinion on that. Vehicle mode is not in MP scale. Oh, wait, speaking of MP, I forgot one more. Hold on. Ugh, MP10. Because, yeah, definitely not MP scale with the vehicle in vehicle mode. So if you're looking for an MP Streetwise to have in vehicle mode, I don't think he's the way to go. But moving right along, in the instructions, it doesn't tell you, like, it literally doesn't tell you what, how to get him to combine mode. I don't get it. Usually they'll tell you how to get him to combine mode in the instructions. These instructions don't, so I'm not going to do a combine mode. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it's not in the same vein as, you know, Carnage here, where I just move a couple pieces and click them on. I'm hoping that's not the case. I can't really tell, you know, how this guy's going to combine, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Let's get him into robot mode and see what robot mode looks like. Here is Sarge in his robot mode, and he's a pretty nice looking robot mode. He's very clean, very solid, somewhat. Let's get into that face sculpt really quickly. Let's bring out Mr. Pointer Spudger here and get in on that. Excuse me, face sculpt here. He has a lot of white on him. I'm just going to say this right now. That's a lot of white. They really didn't break anything up by adding any accents or anything like that. But I'll get more into that when I get into final thoughts. But let's get in on that face sculpt. That face sculpt looks really sharp, really nice. Nice silver paint in there. Nice blue eyes, and they are, hang on, they look clear plastic almost, but there's no light piping, which is interesting. Why would you do clear plastic eyes with no light piping? I don't get that. But that's just me. The face does look nice though. Very indicative of the, character. Very nice. And just moving down here. Not a lot of paint scheme on him. I'm not sure. I mean, you've got underneath right here, you got some red paint and some gold accents, but it's very little. Got some red paint on the inside the forearms here. On the outside, little red line right there. Moving down, it's just very bland and very plain. It's kind of a bummer. The back cleans up very nice, although it does have a very hard time keeping tabbed in. So I will mind you of that. But it's very clean, very streamlined, very nice. Not too kibbly. Barely any kibble at all. He stands up very well. So yeah, let's go over articulation. The head is on a swivel hinge right here. You can look up very far. Can look down, but he's looking at the top of his chest there. It's on a mushroom peg, which is for mine is very tight. Very tight. The arms can do a full 360. They can go outward that much. And I know a lot of people have been complaining about the tolerance on this right here. Mine seem to be okay. I know a lot of people have had issues where they just leave it there and the thing will start falling down, but mine are pretty solid. Mine are pretty tight. So to be wary of that if you're picking up this figure. There is a upper arm swivel right there. There is a double bend at the elbow, but it can only get you a little over 90 degrees right there. The wrist can swivel. You got some nice gunmetal gray in the back of the palm there. And the wrist can also go inward. Don't know why, but it's a thing. It's not due to transformation or anything. It's there. The hands can open. The index finger is individual. So there's that. Moving right along, there's actually two rotations, one above the ab section and one underneath the ab section at the waist. This one is for transformation. This one is for display. So he does have a waist swivel, which on mine is very tight, very nice, but can do a full 360. And this, again, does not like to stay pegged in, which is very troublesome. But if you are doing the waist swivel, this will get in the way. So if you do want to turn his waist, just kind of be mindful of that. That's about as far up as you can get it. But again, it has issues staying tabbed in. Legs can go, the hip skirts do not move. They can only go forward about that much. Can go back about that far. You can do the full splits right there, which is pretty cool. There is a little bit of a rotation at the hip right there. There is no knee swivel at all, but you do get a very nice double jointed knee to get you over 90-degree bend of the knee. You do get an ankle rocker, forward, backward, no pivot. And I forgot to show this off, but he does have some paint on the inside of his thigh. So that is that. He can hold his gun very well. Just kind of fold the handle down. Bring that in. There you go. And there you go. And there he is, holding his weapon. So yeah. So let's get into some comparisons. First, right off the bat, let's bring out some Autobots. Here he is next to MP Prowl and MP Sunstreaker. And this is where I have the issue where I'm not sure if he's MP scale or not, because he may fit into your MP scale in robot mode. That is up for you to decide, because he is a limb to a combiner, and some people have said, yeah, the limbs are supposed to be a little taller than the normal cars. So this is where I'm leaving it up to you. I'm not giving you an actual opinion of if he's MP scale or not. I'm going to say, in my personal opinion, yes. He's MP scale in robot mode. So there's that for you. Let's get these guys out of the way. Let's bring in Combiner Wars first, Streetwise. Give you an idea what they look like together. Yippee for that. Chug-a-lug. Go away. And moving right along, one final comparison. Here he is next to MP10. Just to give you an idea what they look like together. And there you see the instruction book in the corner there. But there is that for comparison. So, let's get into some final thoughts on the figure. Let's reposition him, and let's give you my final thoughts. Final thoughts I have for this guy. I like him. I really do. I have a soft spot in my that little thing that beats in your chest. I have a soft spot there for Defensor. As a kid, he was the combiner that I always got that I never always wanted, but I never got. And coming in close second was Computron, but this is about Defensor, and I'm glad I got this. I did not get TFC toys Defensor. Hashtag late to the party on that one. I'm not quite sure. He's on a scale of G1 and IDW. I can't quite put my finger on which way he leaned towards more. He's got the G1 aesthetic, white, red, but he kind of sort of looks very early IDW streetwise. In vehicle mode, definitely IDW streetwise. In robot mode, it's a weird scale, in my opinion. He looks great. The articulation is nice. I would have liked a little bit more forward movement going forward this way, but that's just me. I would have liked it if this pegged in better in back. Personal griefs, your mileage may vary. I would have liked a little bit of maybe some kind of thing behind this plastic here to give it some kind of character. It's just very bland. Like here, it's just the back. I'll show you. Hang on. Give me a second. See, that's all it is. And it's very bland. And it's not really catching my eye. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of him that screams, look at me. I like him. I wish there was more, like especially in the shoulder area up here. There's this nice molded in area right here, which could have used maybe a silver paint or a black paint or gunmetal to kind of break up the white. This guy is a lot of white. The light piping eyes kind of weirds me out, because why would you have clear plastic eyes but no light piping? I would have preferred if they were going with non-light piping than give me some blue painted eyes. That's just my personal opinion. He does look nice though. I'm not saying I don't like him, I just have some nitpicks. Some nitpicks. So, my opinion, not yours. Overall, given everything, weighing the pros and cons for this figure, I like him. I'm completely putting my biased opinion of Defensor and the Protectobots and my soft spot for them aside. In taking everything together, he is a very solid figure. He looks really good. I like him. That's all I can pretty much say about this guy. Yay for Generation Toy for doing a Defensor. The only one we have right now for third-party wise is TFC Toys, and I don't have that, but hey. So, What did you think of this review? Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Smash that like button. Give me a thumbs up. Share and subscribe. All that information is, underneath the video here. Hit me up on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. All those links will be in the description down below. I also have a PayPal, so if you feel like you want to throw me a dollar, throw me a dollar. If you're a millionaire and say, hey, Josh, you're really great, throw me $1 million. Hey, there's a link for PayPal right down there in the description. It's underneath Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. Right there, trust me. I put it there every time I do a video. This is S.L.B, and this has been my review of Generation Toy Sarge, and this is S.L.B putting my little spudger pointer down and saying, my childhood hates me.